Welcome to Connecting to Spirit with Stacey, a weekly journey into the spiritual world with Evidential Medium Stacey Niedentohl. With nearly 10 years of experience offering transformative private, group, and platform readings, Stacey is also a passionate mentor, guiding students for over 5 years to unlock their intuitive gifts. She is the author of 2 impactful books, My Head Knows, But My Heart Still Hurts, a 30-day grief recovery journal, and My Crystal Addiction Diary, an exploration of crystal and stone energy for healing. So please welcome the host of Connecting to Spirit, Stacey Niedentohl.
Hello and welcome to Connecting to Spirit. I'm your host, Evidential Medium Stacey Niedentohl, and I'm so glad you're here tonight. If this is the first time joining us, welcome to the Spirit Connection family. And if you've watched before and you're back, I'm so glad that you're rewatching and watching and sharing and subscribing to Connecting to Spirit on Bold Brave Media. Be sure that you do like and share and follow so that you can be notified when we are live. So we've been doing a series on the Archangels. We took a quick break 2 weeks ago to introduce you to how angel card and oracle card readings work. We did some live call-in shows where we answered questions and I did some live readings, and I'm going to be doing that again from time to time, maybe once or twice a month. And again, watch for those notifications so that you can call in and ask your questions. Tonight, what I want to do is I want to go back to the Archangels. But what I'm going to do is I want to kind of sum up everything that we've been talking about to bring this series to a conclusion. We went into a lot of detail about the specialties of the angels and the archangels, how that you can connect with them and call them in and meditate with them. We've spoken about crystals and stones that you can use, plant meditation, or plant medicine and meditation. I wanted to give you this tiny glimpse to the world of the angelic realm. And if you've missed any of them, you can go back and watch the replays. I've enjoyed sharing with you my insight on the helpers and the healers and the guides that are available for you on your spiritual path, on your earthly path, to find like your purpose and to help you to walk through different things that pop up from time to time. I've experienced so many different times and different occasions when they've helped me to discover new opportunities and new ways to connect to the spiritual realm. They've helped me release my fears on this path that I've been walking on, and they can help you as well. So my hope is, as well, that you give yourself the gift of getting to know them. As you continue to be open and see the possibilities, see the directions that they take you on, that the universe opens up and you can visualize the things that are in store for you. You'll begin to trust your intuition. You'll begin to see signs and symbols and things that you just can't explain any other way. The wisdom that's available to you only for the simple asking, inviting them in. Your world will start to look different, and you'll see it expand and become things that maybe you never really thought that you could become because you didn't have the confidence, or you were too left-brained with the imagination with the logical side, and your right brain wasn't kicking in enough with your imagination and your creativity. So we can expand our world around us when we stop and get quiet, invite in our guides, and then listen and follow the direction that they are putting us on. For everyone who's on a spiritual journey or looking for some type of spiritual awakening, working with these spiritual beings can be a great first start, because no one knows where you're right or where you're wrong. It's that feeling. It's those things that you see, that you visualize, that you just know that you know that you know. You start to find this deeper understanding. You start to notice direct experiences with them. You may want to journal them down, because you know what? That left brain's going to kick in again. And it's going to say to you, it's just a coincidence. But if you've journaled down these different experiences, these different signs, you'll have pages and pages and pages of validations of different things that have happened, that there's no real reason other than your guides stepped in to help you. I know for me, their love and their guidance and their wisdom have truly changed my life. I no longer see things through the logical mind, but I'm open up to the possibilities. I'm opening up to what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, to my own intuition. And it's made my view of the world so much more different. Instead of getting upset or angry about certain situations, I just get quiet for a moment and ask for guidance and understanding of how I can navigate through it. So it's one of those things where if you need wisdom, if you need healing, they're there to offer that to you. It's that safe space for them to listen, not to always advise. But when you are in need, they are not alone. You are not alone. They are there with you. So I want to just kind of recap what we were talking about with the Archangels. And we're going to start by talking about Archangel Michael. And Michael will help you to love yourself, to have courage and confidence within yourself, to see where your life purpose is taking you. He also brings protection when you're in doubt. We are all accustomed to doubting ourselves. Michael steps in to help you to navigate that and to correct that. We all get worried about what other people will think, or we all get afraid of things. We have fears of things. But what Michael does is he helps you to find the courage and the confidence to strategize in the way that you need to, feeling safe. Then there's Metatron, and Metatron is the guide for humanity, and he grants access to the divine and to the earthly beings. So he's that go-between between the spiritual realm and the human realm. He's that link that we can connect with. He's the guardian of the heavenly secrets. How many times do things happen and you think to yourself, boy, I wish I knew why that was. And you may or may not always get the answers to it. But one of the answers that you will come to eventually is, it's okay if I don't understand, because the universe has something better planned for me. Metatron also helps you to ease grief and help to find peace during crisis in your life. He deepens your connection to spirit energy. Grief is so difficult to verbalize sometimes. So what Metatron does is he can listen to your inner thoughts when there's no words to say out loud, but all these words are scrambling around in your head. You can find comfort in sharing your innermost thoughts and feelings with Metatron. Azrael helps you through the transitioning process from life to death, helps to ease your grief as well, helps you to remove those things that stand in your way, stand in your spiritual path. Similar to Metatron, Azrael helps to comfort grief, to open that connection to those who have left this earthly plane. So when you look at Michael and Metatron, there are two that you can use if you're grieving, whether it's the loss of someone, the loss of a relationship. But grief is such a difficult thing to navigate. These are two helpers, two healers, two protectors that you can incorporate into your daily meditation to help you find peace and solace through the grieving process. And then there's Niedentohl. And he will help you to overcome self-doubt, find confidence and direction in the life, to open your heart to a greater love. We've all had disappointments. We've had our heart broken. We've been let down. We've had strange relationships. And maybe because of those letdowns and that heartbreak, we've put this boundary around our heart where we think all people are the same. All anybody ever wants to do is hurt me. So all of a sudden, I've got this coldness within my heart. This is the Archangel that will help you to open your heart in the direction to find a deeper meaning in love. Again, we're talking about grief. We're talking about confidence. We're talking about love. These are all those emotions that we don't always understand, but they hit us on a daily basis. And when they knock our feet out from underneath of us and we feel lost and alone, these are some of the helpers, some of the healers that can guide us in the direction that will take our hand to help us. And we spoke about Ragiel, and he helps to create balance. So our life gets unbalanced. Aids in resolving emotional issues that are tucked deep within you. Helps you to soothe out disagreements, regrets from the past, mistakes that keep you up at night, anxiety, depression. All this can be uncovered and faced and walked through with the aid of Ragiel. Then there's Shamael. And I may not be saying these names exactly the way they're supposed to be said, but this is the way that I use them. So you can come to your own verbalization of how you want to say their names. But Shamuel will help you uncover depression. See, we're back to that depression. These are all of those emotions that we fight within our body. Grief, heartbreak, confidence, and now we've got depression. Helps you to find inner peace. Isn't that what we all really strive to have? Inner peace. Aids in forgiveness. Helps you to find love for yourself, to accept yourself. Similar to Ragiel, inner peace is what we long for. Forgiving yourself, forgiving others, to accept where you are right now and where you're going instead of being stuck in where you were. It's that constant movement, that constant healing, that thought process, interjecting love and meditation and confidence, walking through grief, going through depression, getting on the other side of these things. This is what your archangels can help you with. Then we have Gabrielle. Gabrielle helps you to connect with your feminine energy, manifesting your deepest desires, communicating with your unborn child, receiving messages from spirit, and also receiving nurturing energy. And maybe it's that nurturing energy that you've never received. Gabrielle can kind of wrap his arms around you and make you feel nurtured. Communicate with your unborn child. I love this part of this because I sometimes feel that we want to look at the fact that our inner child can also be our unborn child. Because maybe you never got a chance to be a child. You had to grow up really quickly. Maybe you are adulting all the time and you forget that there's someone within you that needs nurtured, a friendly voice, some love, some confidence. Gabrielle helps with that. Sariel helps you to understand symbolism, navigate your dreams and your guidance. Symbols and signs can be so confusing because we see them and we think, what are they trying to tell us? We overthink them because just because you see a cardinal, you automatically assume it's a loved one who has sent this cardinal to you. And you see the cardinals over and over and over again, and you're like, oh my gosh, what message are they trying to send me? Well, maybe the only message they're sending you is, I'm here with you. You're not alone. I've sent these archangels to be with you to help guide and protect you. And then there's Ramiel, and Ramiel helps you to connect with your inner guidance. See this inner child, this confidence, walking through grief, walking through depression. But it's diving deep within yourself to find the you that maybe you've lost, that maybe has been quieted because someone else told you you needed to act and speak and be a different way. Ramiel also helps you to release your intuition, to get rid of those things that no longer serve you. Again, helps you to relieve depression. Do you realize what an epidemic depression is in the world? We've got this fast world that keeps loading more and more things on us. We have all these things that keep telling us that we're not good enough or we should be better. We compare ourselves to all these people that we see on the social medias when it looks like they're having these grand times that you're not having. Ramiel helps you to come back to yourself intuitively, to get to know yourself. And I know that seems like the strangest thing. I am me. Well, how come I don't know me? Well, maybe I don't know myself because the me that I was has been changed by my environment that's around me. You shouldn't act that way. You shouldn't dress that way. You shouldn't speak that way. Why are you thinking that way? It brings you back to who you are. This is how I want to speak. This is how I want to talk. This is how I want to dress. I want to be loud in my personality and everybody's telling me to be quiet. We lose our own unique personality because what the world around us tells us. Ariel comes in and helps to heal animals, blesses your home, cleanses and purifies the heart and the body and the home. Think about all of the families that are out there that have gone through divorce, but they're still living in that house that had arguments and stress, and the children saw things that maybe they shouldn't have seen. Calling in Ariel, saging the home, asking for blessings for the home and for the mind, the body, and the spirit will give that home a whole different feel. It'll feel lighter, not so heavy. And then we've got Jophiel, and Jophiel will help amplify your spiritual journey, enhance your creativity, overcome the unknowing, the things that are around us because of prejudice and ignorance. I don't understand prejudice and ignorance. There's no place for it in my world. But then I hear someone standing in judgment of someone else, or I stand in judgment of someone else for some reason. I'm like, oh, now I'm seeing what's going on here. I need to call Jophiel in to help me to overcome that and to be better at who I am. Confidence in your intuition, believing in yourself without the worry of what others may say. So just in these few archangels that we've spoken about, they are helping you to be a better person, a more comfortable person in your own skin, helping you to gain confidence and intuition, helping you to walk over and through depression, helping you to feel grief but not get stuck in grief, helps you to recognize signs and symbols from the spirit world, helps you on your spiritual journey, helps you to reconnect with your inner child. I think this is a marvelous thing that these archangels have the capabilities of doing. These are their specialties. Haniel will help you to draw your tribe, be drawn to your tribe. When I first started connecting with the spirit realm, I remember putting the, I manifested, or I put the insight out into the universe. Help me to connect with those people that I can help or that can help me. That was what I manifested. I didn't want people to come into my path that would confuse me, that I couldn't help or that couldn't help me. And then as I grew through my intuition, all of a sudden, it's broadening a little bit because now I can help a few more people in different situations. Haniel helps enable healing and brings balance in your life where it is needed. Maybe it's the job, maybe it's the family, maybe it's, I don't know. There's so many different things. Are you the person that takes too much stuff on? Maybe you need to find balance. Maybe you need to find balance and boundaries. So just in these few archangels that we've talked about, you can see where the connection with them can help you to better connect with yourself. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll continue to talk about the archangels. But stay with us. Be sure that you share this with all of your friends that you feel could gain some insight or some wisdom learning about the archangels. We'll be right back.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of the Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on the Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Dr. RC will share extraordinary resources and services that promote educational success, as well as making a difference in the lives of all social workers, as well as the lives of children, adolescents, and teens of today. She will have open discussions addressing many of the issues that we face about our youth and how being employed in the uniquely skilled profession of social work for over 18 years has taught invaluable lessons through her personal experiences. She will also provide real-life facts, examples, and personal stories that will confirm that why serving as a child advocate is extremely beneficial when addressing the needs of the whole child. Listen live to Dare to Soar, Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on the BBM Global Network, and TuneIn Radio as Dr. RC will provide thought-provoking information that will empower, encourage, and strengthen students, families, and communities across our nation. You can also visit her at soarwithkatie.com.
Welcome back to Connecting to Spirit. I'm Evidential Medium, Stacey Niedentohl, and welcome to the Connecting family. If you've not been on before, I'm so glad you're here. And if you are watching us again, thank you so much for coming back. We were talking about recapping the Archangels. For the past couple weeks, we were talking about angels and spirit guides and spirit animals, and I wanted to just end the series with a recap on the Archangels. And we've already spoken about a few of them. And I would love to hear from you all. You can email me at ConnectingtoSpiritwithStacey at Gmail. I would love to hear what your experiences are with working with guides and angels and archangels. So before the break, we were talking about Haniel. So our next archangel that we want to talk about is Zadkiel. And Zadkiel helps to fill your life with grace and forgiveness, helps you in your darkest moments, facilitates a way for you to find a way to have service for the world, to the world. So once you go through these experiences and you learn from them, you would be remiss not to share your experiences with others, and not in a way that you've got the best way to do this, but allowing others to know, you know what, you're not alone in what you're going through. And I love that it says that Zadkiel helps to fill your life with grace and forgiveness. What is the hardest thing in the world? Forgiveness. It's hard to forgive other people. It's hard to forgive yourself. When I think back at all the stupid stuff that I did when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, I mean, I had a good time. I probably wouldn't change anything in the world. But some of those, some of those things wake me up at night. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I did something like that. I have to forgive myself. And then if my heart is broken from someone, I have to work on forgiving them, not for them, but for me. I don't want to be stuck in that anger, in that hurt. Zadkiel will help you to maneuver that, to walk through that. Then there's Jeremiel, and Jeremiel helps you to find the solutions to the most difficult situations. This is your solution person. So if you've got something that's just wrapping around your brain that you just can't figure out, meditate about the situation and call in Jeremiel and say, help me to find the solution. Also, Jeremiel helps you to manifest your dreams. If time and money were no object, what would you want to be doing right now? And you can manifest that. If you can see it and you put it into place, it's manifesting the steps to bring you closer to that situation. Jeremiah also helps you deepen your compassion connection with ancient wisdom. What is ancient wisdom? Ancient wisdom is all the people who have come before us, and they've laid this path for us. It would be my mother and my, my parents and my grandparents and my great-grandparents, my great-great-grandparents, and their grandparents before them. All of their hard works and their hard things that they did, their duties that they did, the services that they did, the things that they implemented for the family is ancient wisdom. The different traditions that have been passed down, the stories that you hear. It's finding that connection with that. Have you ever heard a story in your family and you're like, oh my God, is that why we have that bowl of flowers over there? Seems like we've had it for 100 years. Well, come to find out, great uncle so-and-so was the first one that was here, and he planted these flowers and he dried these flowers, and they've been passed down from generation to generation. A lot of people do that with family Bibles. And there's so much knowledge when you write in these books and you have this manifest, you have this memoir of past lives of people who have been here before you. This is their ancient wisdom, the things that they learned that are just automatic for us. When I just think about the things that I had to learn when I was a kid compared to the things that my grandchildren are learning now, it's so different. It's so different. Raphael. And Raphael is the healer. Raphael also aids in traveling so that you have this safe travel, but he heals the mind, the body, and the spirit. Helps you to see endless possibilities of what the universe has for you. Endless possibilities. Think about that for a minute. The possibilities, the opportunities that are in store for you are endless. You're not where you are going to be for the rest of your life. Other things are going to come in. You're going to shift and you're going to change. Maybe you're going to need healing. But things are going to change for you. And with the use and the assistance of the archangels, it can be a smoother transition. It can also be a very difficult transition because sometimes you have those come to Jesus meetings where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I was such an idiot and this is what I did, instead of blaming it on someone else. And then you have Zerakyle, helps you to release addictions, helps you to find lost pets and objects, helps you to come to terms and enables you to heal from childhood trauma. How stuck are you in childhood trauma? How stuck are you in thinking, well, because this happened to me, I can't do that? Do you want to stay stuck? Or do you want to say, you know what, that happened to me, and maybe it was unfair that it happened to you, but you overcame it, and you are now the person that you are because you survived that situation. If you stay stuck in it, you're still that victim. So Zerakyle will help you to walk through these things, to release addictions. Addictions can be the way your mind thinks as well. Maybe you're addicted to drama. Maybe you're addicted to shopping, alcohol, drugs. Zerakyle can help you maneuver it. Nothing can be done for you that can be done through you, but there's help that's around. Uriel helps in creativity. Are you artistic and you've got, let's say you're a writer, you have writer's block? Meditate, call Uriel in. Just start the motion of, moving your paintbrush or moving your pen or, clicking on your keys. And then all of a sudden, something creative will start to appear. They deepen your insight on life in order for you to manifest it into reality. So here's where my life is right now. Here's where I want it to be. How do I get from here to here? I can see it. I need to manifest it. They help you to find blessings in the chaos. If you've been given a bum deal, I get it. You can stay stuck in that bum deal, or you can look for the blessings in the chaos. We've had 4 or 5 different rainy days. It's June here in Pennsylvania, and it's been like 55 degrees. Well, it's not June yet. That's funny. It's May. We're summer. But then I think to myself, our water table is so low, we needed those 4 or 5 days of rain. Maybe we didn't need the cold. I don't know. But the blessings in the chaos were, even though we were having all these storms and all this rain, it's moved our water table. So it's looking for the good things even in the chaos. I don't care how bad it is. There's something that's good about this. And I tell this story all the time. My son probably cringes every time I tell this story. But when he was little, I had a black Nissan Altima, and he wanted to surprise me, and he washed my car. And I think he was maybe 10, 11 years old, not very tall. So the bottom part of the car looked beautiful. But about halfway up the windows, all of a sudden, he wasn't able to reach it. And when he came in all happy about washing my car, my husband was like, "Oh my gosh, look at all he missed." And I in return said to him, "But look what all he got. He did this without me asking him." And Jeff was like, "Why do you find good in everything?" Because there is always good in everything. You might have to dig really deep to find out what the good is, but there's a blessing there somewhere. Uriel helps you to find this deeper connection with this. So when you are walking through things, when you are struggling with things, call your guides in, call your angels in, meditate, ask them to show you the direction you need to go into. And I even say, I have like this cheat where I say, and if I miss it, show me again. There are so many guides and helpers that are available to us. When you feel the burdens of the world on your shoulders, call in your archangels, invite them into your meditation, ask them to help you seek the answers that you're looking for. All of the archangels are similar in the emotional things that they help you with, but they're different in the parts of your life that they come in on. They help you to have a different perspective. And you know what they say, when you change your perspective, your outcome changes. So if you always say, nothing good ever happens to me, I'm never going to do this, why can't I? When you look at the negative part, you stay in the negative part of your life. When you say, you know what, I can do this, I'm going to figure it out. No matter what, I'm going to figure it out. When my kids come to me with a problem, if I don't have an answer, I'm just like, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Let's sit down and talk about it. We'll figure it out. I pray, I meditate, I call in the angels, the archangels to help me to find the solution that we're looking for. And here's the thing. I don't want you just to take my word for it. These are just some of the experiences that I've had. If you're unsure of what archangel to bring in, simply meditate on the situation and ask for all the spiritual team, all the realm, whether it's an angel, a guide, an ascended master, an archangel, to please step forward to give me the answers that I need, to point me in the direction that I need to go in. And I will trust it, and I will take your guidance, but show me, and things will appear. Test it when you're driving somewhere and just say, you know what, I need to have a parking space in the front of the building for the doctor's office. And I'm going to manifest this, and I'm going to call in Archangel Michael to have this here for me, or Archangel Raphael, who is one of the archangels of travel, and visualize pulling into wherever you're pulling in, and right there's a parking space. And you know what? By Jiminy, that parking space is going to appear. And then you say, thank you for showing me that parking space. And then go to them with bigger things. Are there things that you just can't talk to other people about because you don't know how to verbalize them? I've got so much stuff going on in my head. I don't even know where to begin. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to do this. But when you get quiet, the conversations come to you in your head. Call in your archangels. Just say, I need you to just sit down here on this park bench for a minute and listen. I need you to help me with this. Then trust their guidance. Trust the message. Trust that it will appear. You have free will. You can say no. You can go, oh, you know what? I knew I should have done that, but I decided not to. So when you're seeking divine assistance will come forward in all facets of your life and healing and your future and, healing the past. When you're on this spiritual journey, this spiritual path, and you're looking for direction because you don't understand what you don't understand, they'll show up. They know what you need before you even ask. But just like the teacher that walks around the room, they wait for the student to raise their hand and say, I can't figure this out. Can you help me? And then they will come in. Be open to listening and trusting what messages you're getting. And you may not audibly hear, you may not visually see, but you'll know deep within your heart. You'll know, here's where I need to go. It may take some practice because that logical mind, that left brain kicks in and says, it's just a coincidence. But when you start to allow that left brain to shut down a little bit and allow the right brain, the creative, the imagination, intuitiveness to take the reins, to take the lead, all of a sudden you'll feel a little bit lighter. And it will get easier to calm the logical brain down. It might pop up again, and then you have to shut it down again. Logic is what we all are taught. 1 + 1 always equals 2. The shortest distance from point A to point B is a straight line. But what if it's not? Interesting, right? Think about it. So we all have this unique path that we're on. It can be guided by the people of this earth that maybe don't have your best interest at heart. Or intuitively, you can guide yourself with the help of the angels and the archangels. They will offer you this sense of peace and comfort to just know that you're not alone. How many times are you like, you know what, I'm the only one dealing with this. Nobody can help me. Nobody gets it. They get it. They can help you. They will assist you to open up to a deeper understanding in your spiritual journey, on your earthly journey. We are living a spiritual life in a human body. Sometimes we need to disconnect from that. The archangels, of course, are loyal and obedient to the God force. They carry out his commands and they serve as his messengers. They are all a part of this spiritual team. But I want you to know that you can always go directly to source in all situations. You can skip over the archangels. Go directly to source. Now, as I say that, there may be some people that are saying, it is wrong to interject angels and other spiritual realm. You go straight to the Father. And my belief is anytime you interject anything into your life for the wrong reason, it's wrong. When you decide what is best for you and everyone involved to make yourself a better person, more comfortable with yourself, the world around you safer, more comfortable, more loving, isn't that what it's all about? I think so. We're all coming here from the deepest part of our heart, this deep center of love for healing, for the betterment of the world that's around us. I can't believe that would be wrong. Can you? I don't think so. I think anytime we lead with our heart, we have the right motive behind it to be that loving force to make the world a better place. I'm going to leave you with that thought here for a few minutes. We're going to go to break, but when we get back, we're just going to sum up everything that we talked about. But I will be back in a minute. Like, share, subscribe, send me your emails, and we'll be right back.
Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness, Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals. Listen to John Hawkins' My Strategy, Saturdays, 1 p.m. Eastern on the BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Dr. RC will share extraordinary resources and services that promote educational success, as well as making a difference in the lives of all social workers, as well as the lives of children, adolescents, and teens of today. She will have open discussions addressing many of the issues that we face about our youth and how being employed in the uniquely skilled profession of social work for over 18 years has taught invaluable lessons through her personal experiences. She will also provide real-life facts, examples, and personal stories that will confirm that why serving as a child advocate is extremely beneficial when addressing the needs of the whole child. Listen live to Dare to Soar, Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on the BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio, as Dr. RC will provide thought-provoking information that will empower, encourage, and strengthen students, families, and communities across our nation. You can also visit her at soarwithkatie.com.
Hi, welcome back to Connecting to Spirit. I'm Evidential Medium Stacey Niedentohl, and we are on Bold Brave Media and other streaming platforms. So what we've been doing during this episode, if you're just now joining us, is we are recapping the Archangels. I had done a full series, and each episode was about each specific archangel or about spirit animals or spirit guides. And to finish up the series, I wanted to do a recap. So we've talked about the specifications of what each archangel does. And right before the break, we were talking about the chaos that's in our life and how to call in helpers and healers. And if someone is telling you that you're wrong for doing this, I want you to feel within your heart if you're doing it for the right reason. Don't worry about what someone else says. Because unfortunately, in this world that we live in, no one wants us to get ahead of them or to know more than what they do or to, be more happy or to be more spiritual than them. This is your own unique spiritual walk. We're all in recovery from something that life has handed us. And I hope that in this series that we've talked about the angels and the archangels, that you have a better understanding of the opportunities that you have with them if you're dealing with different types of things in your life that you just don't know how to walk around. Now, I'm not a counselor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an attorney. This is just my experience that I've had. I suffered from depression and anxiety for years. And I was put on medication and I saw a counselor, and the counseling helped because there were some things that I needed to work through. But I could not see myself as being the person that was going to be on medication for the rest of my life. And again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know your situation, so don't stop taking your medication because, this medium said. But I found that the deeper that I dove into what hurt me and the traumas and the things that I was working through, the better that I felt. I found out that the more I verbalized those things, instead of keeping them inside as this dirty little secret, the better I felt. The depression was starting to lift. And my hope is that through this series, you have a better understanding of knowing there's guidance around you. I only gave you this little glimpse. And maybe choose an archangel and meditate and work with them for a month or two. Read all the books that you can read on them. Watch all the podcasts that are on the specific archangel, or, YouTube videos, and then come to your own intuitive decision whether it fits with you. There's all of these opportunities and possibilities around you. Why wouldn't you take advantage of having help with that? If you've got a big foundation to build for your house, you've got a shovel, or you've got a backhoe and a trackhoe with people who know how to operate them. I'm not digging it with the shovel. I'm going to the people who know what they're doing. The divine only wants the best for you. Therefore, the divine offers helpers, healers, guides, seekers to assist you on your path, to find the genuine you that is in there, to truly help you to live the life you love and love the life you live. What a better world it would be if we could rid the world of depression and anxiety. And we have to look at what causes that. It's the things of this world. So if there are things in the spirit world that can help you to walk through those, why not give it a chance? Be open to using them to your highest and your best good. Try it for a week. Meditate, journal, and start to be mindful of how you feel. Archangel Michael will be there to protect you and guide you in your situations. Raphael will offer healing. But I also want you to know that sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes you do have to figure it out on yourself. Sometimes you do have to go through the rough road in order to find the foundation that you need to build on. Sometimes we do need to be broken down. Think about a light stick. It doesn't actually light until it's broken, and then it lights the way. Okay? So I hope that this has given you some insight, some education, a thought process. I'm always that person who likes to read different authors' theories and experiences. These are mine. Archangel Michael guards and protects me. Raphael is who I use when I send healing to other people. Gabrielle, before I do a reading, that's who I call in so that I can say the words that I need to say, so that the ears that they're hitting upon understand what I'm saying. Raziel and Metatron, I ask them to open up the books of heaven so that I can see, feel, and hear those things that I would not normally know. I work closely with all of these archangels. And then I have guides, Enoch, and some guides that I have, I don't even know their names, but I know that they're there. Have you ever had that instance where you think to yourself, I feel like someone is present with me, but I don't see anyone, but I feel the presence of someone? Maybe it's a loved one. Maybe it's a guide. Maybe it's God. The divine is all around us. Be open to feeling and sensing and believing and trusting in your own intuition, and allow them to guide you, to navigate you through. So be sure that you share this episode with everyone that you know that you believe needs to hear these words. Maybe you've talked to friends and you're questioning the spiritual walk, and you're questioning a spiritual journey, or you're questioning how the spirit realm helps, and you're wondering, is the spirit realm good, bad, or indifferent? Maybe this will help you to understand everything. I want you to hear the words that I say when I tell you you are not alone in this world, that the universe wants great things for you, and that you are needed. And because you are needed, you are supplied with the things to help you. May God's grace fill your hearts as you walk in this beautiful life that can be filled with chaos. Look for the chaos. Look for the chaos. Look for the blessings in the chaos. And you will surely see them, and your perspective will change, and you'll feel different. And people will notice a difference about you, that now you feel happier and lighter, and the weight of the world is no longer with you all the time. It's not going to be sunshine and roses every single day. It takes work. It takes practice to release the gunk that you have gathered in your years on this earth. So when I see you next week at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Bold Brave Media, we won't be talking about the angels and the archangels. But even though we're not talking about them, I would still love to hear your experiences. You can email me at ConnectingtoSpiritwithStacey at gmail. If you have a question that you would like me to talk about, send it to me in an email. Message me, join my social media group. Watch me on Tuesday mornings at 10:30, Tuesday Talks. Or stay here, stay tuned every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on Bold Brave Media and see what Evidential Medium Stacey Niedentohl is going to talk to you about. Until then, I invite you to invite your spirit team in, and they will gladly answer the call. Practice, believe, invite, and they will show up. All right, guys, I will see you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. I pray every night that you live the life you love and love the life you live. If not, you're the only one that can change it. Blessings for an absolutely awesome week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
This has been Connecting to Spirit with Stacey. Tune in each week as Stacey delves into the journey of life, healing, and spiritual connection, inviting listeners to open their hearts, clear their minds, and create the life they love. Right here, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern on the Bold Brave TV network, powered by B2 Studios.